Welcome to the final installment of Booking the Wrestler for Damien Sandow. If you saw the previous episode, Damien destroys Cody Rhodes, which was Stardust. He would get a towel, wet it, wipe Cody's face of all that stuff on it, and says, "I freed you of Stardust. You have now gone through graduation of the book of education of Hard Knocks. You're welcome." He would throw him back to the ground. He would put a diploma in his mouth and leave Battleground successful. Now here's the thing with Damien Sandow. Damien could go after a title. And I thought about this. Right now I think Damien Sandow needs more of relevance than he does need a title. So I would have him work in the main title scene, but not really carry a title. I know that Damien is a very good character. I know that he can actually talk very well. He can hold storylines decently well. So I would have him deal with a storyline in the main title picture. He wouldn't have to win a title, but essentially he would be there to help along anyone that needs some help. And in this case, I would have him deal with John Cena. And I know that's saying, oh my God, are you trying to destroy him? Are you trying to destroy Damien Sandow? No. Because John and Nikki Bella are dealing with Total Divas, I would incorporate this into not into Total Divas, but into the wrestling storyline for John Cena and Brie Bella. Because, let's be honest, John does nothing with Brie. Brie does nothing with John. I'm sure that John Cena has prevented that because he doesn't want his own business being stated on television. But in this case, I would force the issue because I would force Damien Sandow to be on Total Divas once. Only once. And he would be at a press conference with John and Nikki. And he would basically say, John, why don't you do this on Raw? Why don't you show this? This is a beautiful thing. And John saying, Damien, please, just leave. This is our time. Don't do that. And the thing would be that I would have John deal with Damien and Nikki. Period. This is the best way to get Damien over. And I know you're going to say, he's going to destroy him. Not if they're not allowed to touch. Because this would be going outside the normal norm of the WWE. John Cena is one of the few people that doesn't allow his real personal business to be seen on television. And many people really believe that John Cena needs to do something more than what he's doing. In this case, this would force him to do it. And he would not like it. He wouldn't be the dominant, strong guy you know him. He would actually be awkward and upset. John Cena would not be happy about this situation. You know why? Because Damien Sandow would actually be right. And John would not be able to carry a promo segment. He would not be able to do his work in the ring. He wouldn't be able to do anything because he would be upset for the simple reason his own business being shown out there in actual open public. And he would be very embarrassed and angry about it. And the person legitimately that would get angry about this would be Nikki. Because we already know from Total Divas, I have watched it. I don't really like Nikki Bella. I like Naomi. I love me Naomi. I will watch Alicia Fox and I will watch the Natalia. But that's it. I don't watch anyone else because I don't give a damn. I don't care about Eva Marie. I don't care about anyone else. Paige, bored. But seeing this would make perfect sense. And when you think they're going to actually have a wrestling match because John is going to demand it and Nikki's going to be at ringside, they'll have one, but it won't be exactly what you think. You see, instead of Damien wrestling John, he wouldn't do it. He would actually be in the ring. This is how I'm going to picture it. This is at Survivor Series. It would be mid-card. It would be in the middle of the card. John is in the ring. John is so angry and frustrated, he just wants to get his hands on Damien. And Damien gets in the ring. He looks at Nikki, who's not happy because the business has been thrown out there. And John wants to rip the guy limb from limb. Guess what? Damien sits down on the floor. Lays on the mat. And he just lays there. The bell rings. He doesn't move. And he said, what are you doing? He says, pin me. Pin me. Because you're the golden boy, pin me. He doesn't move. John doesn't know what to make of it. But guess what? John pins him. Now, I know you're going to say that's not John Cena's attitude. We're not talking about John Cena's attitude. We're talking about Damien Sandows' attitude. Damien realized there's no way that he would win against John, not because he's a better wrestler, it's because John has always had the persona that people would always believe is impossible to defeat. So he would play into that. That's what the WWE has not realized with John Cena. John has always been dominant, but no one's ever played on that fact that he's so dominant, why should you wrestle? So Damien would literally lay in the ring, and John would basically either not do anything and walk out of the ring angry, or he would pin him. And in this case, he pinned him. And then he tries to beat him up. But then Damien rolls out of the ring before he even hurts him, grabs a mic and says, "There you go, John, you got your win. You are super John Cena, aren't you? I gave you exactly what you wanted. You know why? Because I am your savior. You got exactly what you wanted. You got your revenge. And you don't have to look bad to the kids. You're welcome." Drops the mic, and then he jumps over the barricade and walks up into the crowd. And guess what the crowd would do? They would cheer him for it, because he didn't play into John Cena's attitude of wanting to fight him all the time, wanting to try and do banter between him all the time. He refused to go there with John Cena. The best way to get someone over is to get them over in a way that doesn't always have to mean you got to beat the shit out of somebody. You beat them by using your head. One of the reasons why Ric Flair is the dirtiest player in the game is because he always outsmarted his opponent. He also did that in the back. That's what also Hulk Hogan did. He did enough politicking to get whatever the hell he wanted. In this case, we actually saw politicking in the freaking ring, because we knew John was going to win against anyone he goes up against. But if that very person's saying, you know what, I know I'm going to lose this, why do I have to get my ass kicked? Knowing full well the reason that this entire situation's happening is because John can't stand having his real life put on television, and he embarrassed his own girlfriend because he got upset about it. And that's the reason why Damien would have relevance, because he outsmarted John Cena without even laying a finger on him. And I know it sounds like it's far-fetched, and it is. But this is how I would book him. I would book him using his intelligence over his ring skills. Having him relevant. The crowd would love him. Every time he came out, they would want to hang on his words, because you know he's right. And this is the end of the series for Damien Sandow. Please give me a comment below. I really hope you like this one. I don't know who's going to be next, but I can't wait, because these things are actually kind of fun. You have to use your imagination. You got to use your imagination, ladies and gentlemen, because you got to make sure that it makes sense, that it's fun, that it's fair to the wrestler and to yourself, because this is coming from you. I hope you enjoyed. Have a good day and have a good night. Peace out.